Hi there, guys. Thanks for tuning in and joining us on this Minot State virtual preview day. Welcome to the Resource Fair. I am Macy. I'm one of the admissions counselors here at Minot State. And thank you for joining us. And I hope you're getting lots of good information about all the resources that are available here on campus. Today, we're going to be talking about Minot State's dining services. And with me today, I have Alan Anderson, who is the operations manager for Sodexo here at Minot State. Alan, thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we're just going to do kind of a Q&A, some commonly asked questions, learn a little bit about what Minot State has to offer as far as dining goes. First of all, how long have you been at Minot State?
I've been at Minot State since the fall semester of 2018. I came up here from New Orleans, Louisiana, and I was tasked to try to help improve and get the dining services up to our good old Sodexo standards. So almost 2 years.
Oh, excellent. Well, I'm so glad that you're here with us. Lived in Louisiana for a little bit. Good food.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Awesome.
why I stayed down there at the college.
Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit about the meal plans that are available and kind of when a student walks in to eat at the Beaver Creek Cafe, what that kind of looks like?
Sure. So we have a multiple array of meal plans. One of them is our Ultimate Platinum Plan. That is a 7 day a week plan. It is a plan that includes something called 5 guest passes. So if you ever decide to bring in a family member or a buddy or your old classmate who doesn't have a meal plan, you can use one of your guest passes for them to come in to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner with you. We also have something called the Unlimited Gold Plan. That comes with 3 guest passes. It's a slight price difference in those, but just because of the two difference in the amount of guest passes you get. We have a silver plan. I'm sorry, the first two plans are 7 day a week plans, so you can come in unlimited as many times as you want, Sunday through Saturday or Sunday through Sunday. We also have something called a silver plan, which is a Monday through Friday plan. Those plans usually are for students who do live off campus, but they decided, hey, I want to come in here and eat during the week. That's also unlimited. We have a 10 meal a week plan. That's usually something that's leaning towards more off-campus students who may have classes on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and they want to come in breakfast, lunch, dinner, or they may have a study group on Saturday. They can feel free to come in and use one of those block plans. Now that is not unlimited. That is the simple block plan. So if you come into the cafeteria during breakfast and swipe once, if you leave and come back during the breakfast hours, you would have to swipe again. So though that plan isn't unlimited. We also have the upper gold and the upper platinum. Those are currently for the upperclassmen, excuse me, who were grandfathered in from previous meal plans, but those are kind of going away, so I shouldn't even brought that up. We have a great amount of variety here. We have our main entree line. We have a very well-traveled chef who has been all over the world, and he has a lot of exotic foods that he can put out there. We have things from chicken tikka masala to chicken curry to beef bulgogi. Some things I can't understand, and I kind of get mad at him when he doesn't explain to me beforehand what we're going to have because I see them prepping up like a pork chop with flour, and I'm like, oh, having fried pork chops, but no, it's like a pork schnitzel they're doing. It's like a German style food, and I'm like, chef, like, what is like, kind of explain this to me because I'm from LA. I'm not really sure what this is, but our international students they absolutely love it, which is a great thing here, and that's really who it's for. I mean, the chef probably is not really focused on my understanding of the food that as much as he is to satisfy the students. Um, we do have our pizza area, of course, our deli area that's available 7 days a week. It's unlimited, so if you come in once, you can come in, get it as many times as you want. We have 7 different varieties of cereal. We have our dairy for the cereal, and also for people who are allergic to dairy, you can always ask for our soy milk or our almond milk. We can gladly get that for you with no problem because we want to make sure that everyone is being treated, equally. We have our saute area. That's our biggest area. That's kind of a station where you kind of like a Mongolian grill, build your own entree type thing. We have 4 different proteins to choose from. We have our beef, chicken, pork. For our vegetarians and vegans, we have our tofu. We have a mixed variety of vegetables, a good 13 or 14 of them, and about 8 different sauces. So it's an unlimited amount of
Wow.
things you can do over there. You have the people who just get the basic chicken Alfredo with noodles, but I've seen people get Alfredo mixed with pesto sauce with all the different flavors of all the different types of vegetables you can get in there. So it's a really, really interesting station. The last 3 things we have are simple serving station rather, and that station is for someone who has any sort of allergies whatsoever, whether it's a dairy allergy or a nut allergy. We don't use any of the major allergens in that area. So for people who are just food sensitive, they can feel free to go over there and not worry about getting sick. We keep that food separate. We cook that food separate. So that's a very good option for people to have. And of course, we have our salad bar. We keep 2 types of lettuce. We keep a huge variety of vegetables and a nice variety of our salad dressings. Of course, everyone loves ranch, so we make sure that we do that. Our ranch is homemade in house, so that's probably why it goes away so much. We have our grill area, and that's pretty self-explanatory: hamburgers, chicken patties, chicken strips, fries, and last but not least, I had to say the best for last, our dessert area.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
yeah, it's the that's the area where everyone hits the most. It's a very, very always, and again, with allergy, gluten free, asking item, and pretty sure it's a lot that people are going to ask about that, but they can feel free to reach out to me. I'm usually here Monday through Friday from 8:30 to about 6. Our hours are from 7 in the morning till 10 p.m., with breakfast being from 7 to 9:30, light breakfast being around 9:30-ish to 10:30, lunch is being 11 to 2, and then dinner being from 5 to 10 p.m.
Awesome. And that stir fry bar you were talking about, that's a omelet bar in the morning, correct?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, so the stir fry bar in the morning is also an omelet bar. The stir fry bar for lunch is also an omelet bar in the morning. So that's also a huge, huge hit for us. It's actually a really fun station. I know I like to get behind there sometimes and flip the omelets, but uh, I should really encourage people to go there more because people just seem to kind of go straight for the cereal and the hot entree, but those omelets are a really big thing for us. I mean,
And
it's
they make them to order, which is great. So
make
you
them
can
to order.
customize it however you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, pretty much. I mean, they make them to order. We have the 3 different meats. We have either bacon. We have chorizo, which is my favorite. We also have turkey products for those who don't eat pork. So it's never really an option where people just like can't have anything. And we even have tofu there.
Something for everybody. That's
Something
great.
something for everyone. So if you can't find any food here, you just aren't looking hard enough.
That's awesome. So for students who are living on campus, is it required for them to get a meal plan?
Yes, for students who are living on campus, it is required for them to have a meal plan. That kind of varies between the apartments. I'm not really sure about the apartments. I know they have some apartments called University Heights or Campus Heights, I believe.
Mhm.
Uh, that I don't know if that's considered to be off campus or not. But if you live in a dormitory, if you do to have a meal plan.
Gotcha. Good to know. Thank you. And, students who used to home cook in their whole lives and they move to Minot State, live on campus, and they just really miss, what they used to eat at home. What would you say to those students who are kind of homesick?
I would say be very open to us, especially our executive chef Austin O'Hara. Like I said, he's a very well-traveled chef. I mean, he's been all over the world. He has all these pictures in his office to where he's been to these just different countries and tried everything. And if you come to him and tell him like, "Hey, I miss having African food," just be a little bit more specific because Africa is a continent. If you tell us like, "Hey, which country in Africa?" we probably won't 100% get it, but we have no problem trying it. Just let us know what you miss, and we promise we will try to make you feel comfortable. And we do theme nights, like we do a German night, we'll do Indian night, or we'll do a you know Japan themed meal, Chinese themed meal. We've even done a Mongolian themed meal. So just be very open to our chef. I know a lot of people are kind of scared to ask questions, but just be open. I mean, he's a foodie. He loves food. He loves trying new things. I mean, he'll even have you come in and talk to him about how, such and such used to make it back home for you. As long as it's like, safe for us, we have no problem trying to make it happen. We can't promise it'll be 100% authentic, but I can promise you we'll be at least in the 90s, high 90s. We'll get really close.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And besides the Beaver Creek Cafe, which is the dining commons, are there any other areas on campus where students can get food?
Right now, currently, no. Before my time, there was a place downstairs called the Buckshots Cafe, but that has been shut down. So right now, the only place that you can currently get food on campus is the Beaver Creek Cafe, and we also have a convenience store that's connected to our cafeteria. That's open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. So right now, the Beaver Creek Cafe is the only place that you can get food on campus.
Okay, great. But then the convenience store, if they just need to quickly grab something, that's
Yeah,
available to them as well.
so say if they're like in the rush to class, they don't have time to come in and eat. We have our C store that we keep pre-filled with hamburgers and French fries and chicken strips during the premium lunch hour. That they can come in and grab for a quick snack, or they want to come in and grab some chips, some noodles, something to drink, some candy. We have a cooler, which we call a simply to go cooler, and we keep a variety of things in there. We keep, turkey ham and cheese sandwiches, ham and cheese sandwiches, uh, granola, yogurt, jello, little salads to go. So you can always come in and grab a quick little snack while you're on your way to class if you don't have time to come in and eat. Also, if it's after a rush or after a busy hour, we don't necessarily keep the hot food in there, like the hamburgers. We won't keep those in there at 3 o'clock just because it's not a need for a rush. But if you come in and you want something from the grill, we do offer the grill items to be sold a la carte after the lunch hours. If you are just, hey, I want a hamburger, or hey, I just want some chicken strips to hold me over. So you can always come in and do that.
That's good to know. This is all making me really hungry. Is there anything else that you'd like our viewers to hear today?
Just be very open. I know when I got to college, I, was, born and raised in LA, and I kind of miss having tacos. And I got to Louisiana, and there was all Southern food. One thing that I did learn: be open with the chef, be open with the management team. If it's something that you're concerned about, something that you don't like, or something that you just want to know, just be open. They were very, very, very open with me. They helped me out a lot tremendously when I was in college, and I ended up so when I was in college, and I started to understand this, and I understood why certain things couldn't happen. I understood why we couldn't have tacos every day because not everyone's from LA. So I was like, oh, that makes sense. I didn't even think about that. So if you're just open with us and ask us any questions, I can promise you we'll be very polite. We'll, we can always just help you out. So just feel free to ask us any questions, and we'll try to get you as comfortable as you can while you're here. It's our job to make you comfortable. I mean, we have to see you 7 days a week, 3 times a day max. So we want to make sure that you're coming in here and you're getting what you pay for. I mean, I can't promise steaks every day, but I can promise satisfaction every day.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that information and words of wisdom and encouragement. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Not a problem. Anytime. Reach out to me.
All right. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to check out all the other links on our resource fair. Thanks for joining us.